didn't have a ton of NCAA experience because they were young. Now they have one under their belt. What do you think they learned?
Well, I think what we learned is the resiliency that we have in tough moments. But I also think that we prepared for that during the course of the season. Having played in a lot of close games and difficult games, the ACC tournament also helps in that regard. So I think just playing in the NCAA tournament, the finality of it all, there's nothing like it. And to have come through it in a tough game and an overtime game against a really good opponent builds confidence and momentum for our group.
You knew the ACC was good, but did you know it was this good? 8 of the top 16?
Well, when you look at how they did out of conference, the ACC had done well all season long, so it's not a surprise that in the NCAA tournament they've continued that run. So I'm not, terribly surprised to get 9 in and now 8 in the Sweet 16 is impressive, but it's kind of to be expected based on how the season's gone.
That win over Notre Dame, what did it do for your team the rest of the season?
Well, I think that was the first shot of confidence, belief. I think that was one of our turning points in the season, really, that it was a huge crowd. It was the #1 team in the country at that point, and a perennial ACC very strong team. And for us to win the game, and it gave us a strong push moving forward and a lot of confidence.
What do you expect from them? Any different with Notre Dame from when you saw them before?
The one thing about Notre Dame, Bobby Clark's been there for a long time, so their system hasn't changed since he's been there. They're going to be a very disciplined, very solid team. They have a special player up top that scored a lot of goals for them. But they're a team that doesn't really beat themselves. They make you earn it, and much like it was the first time around, a special goal by Mo ended up being the difference in the game, and we expect a tough game again on Sunday.
Speaking of Mo, how is he? That was a pretty hard hit the other day between those two guys.
He was still during the game trying to convince Steve to let him back in, our trainer. He was ready to go, at least he thought. We expect him to be ready on Sunday. He had some dizziness after the game, but the signs were encouraging the next morning, and even better still today. So we would expect him to recover and be fine for Sunday.
How good was that last Sunday without him to be able to come through? Because, like you said last week, you knew you had other players that could do things, but he's been scoring a lot of goals for you.
Yeah, I thought it was impressive. We said after the game in the locker room that the strength of our team has been the depth. At the end of the game, we win it with, 2 of our first-team All-ACC guys not on the field. So it says a lot about the depth of the team, and Mo missing most of the game and still being able to find a way to get a couple of goals and get the result. So we're encouraged by that, and again have known all season that our depth has been a big part of our success.
What does it mean for your team to have the ability to play here at Lynn Stadium during the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, on a lot of different fronts, it's awesome. Just having the comforts of sleeping in your own bed and not traveling, but then to have our fans in our stadium is a huge lift. So it's massive, and when you see traditionally the success in the NCAA tournament, it's teams that have home field advantage that usually are doing the best.
Do you guys have any Thanksgiving plans? I know you'll probably be practicing, but...
We'll train in the morning, and then at noon we'll have Thanksgiving as a team. For Tina and I, we've always tried to treat the team as a family, an extended family, and playing in a Sweet 16 has always allowed us the opportunity to have Thanksgiving with the team. And those have always been special moments for us as a family and for the team. So we're excited to have that opportunity again this year to share Thanksgiving as a group.
And is it not just, you mentioned the depth of this team, but also is it because, it's not just the talent, but these guys trust each other and they trust everybody to make a play and to do the right thing and to be in the right spots? Is that the importance of depth?
Yeah, that has grown through the season. We have stressed right from the beginning the importance of trust and unity. But trust only comes over time. It's being able to know that day in and day out, guys are showing up and giving their best, and are going to be there for each other. And it's grown throughout the season. And what helps it grow is by playing in really tough, meaningful, hard games where the only way you get through it is by trusting each other. And I think that we're at a high point with that, and excited about the opportunity to have it continue to grow.
Anything else for Cody?
It means a lot, and it was the first time that I was not on the field that we advanced, and I was super proud when they scored a goal. Because I told Danny before the game, because he was a little bit upset that he didn't start the game, I told him, Danny, you're gonna come on and have a huge impact, and that he's finishing the game like that is just unbelievable. But it means a lot to all of us. I mean, people were dancing in the locker room after that, and I think it just fuels everyone to want more wins in the NCAA tournament. And I think we're, seeing today's training, for example, the energy is so high right now in the whole team, and even the substitutes are having such a good impact on our team right now. So I think it just has a positive impact on everyone.
What does it say?
To be here last week and to be here again this week, how big is that for you guys, to have this home field advantage?
It's huge, especially this week with Thanksgiving in the middle of it, and I think people really, really enjoy going home because we're off tomorrow, going home today and just seeing families, and I think that has a huge impact too. And home field advantage, like Ken said, it's huge in the NCAA tournament because you have, Ken, sleep in your own bed, the routine before a game, and I think that's just huge, especially towards the end of the season when things get a little bit more tiring, and yeah, I think that's huge.
What's the outlook on Notre Dame? Why are they good?
They're a solid team. Coach said in the locker room that they've played 4-4-2 the last 40 years, and I think they're really, really good at it. They have two solid lines of 4 people, and they're really, really tough to break down. But I think we, especially with the game plan we had in the first game we played in the season, we did a really, really good job shutting their strikers down and also having good attacks in front. So I'm really, really positive, especially if the energy keeps being high like it was today in training. I think we're well prepared to play them on Sunday.
How did that first game change this team in terms of the team makeup or your belief as a team? What did it do for you?
It was our first real test this season. They were number one team at the time, and I think we managed it really, really well. The excitement was very big, and after that we knew we could beat the good teams, and I don't know, I think it had a positive influence on the whole season. But I think, it would have been great no matter what, even if we would have beaten them or not beaten them.
Tim, do you feel like with the schedule you guys have played that you're all kind of tested for anything? Because you've been through so many battles.
Absolutely. We played the top, so many top 10, top 20, top 25 teams, and I think we're really, really well prepared. We talked about it before the season. Ken told us after our regular season's over, we're going to be well prepared for the postseason. I think we are. I think we saw it against UCLA because people were saying they were the best team we've played this year, but we were prepared. Playing against Notre Dame, against Syracuse, Clemson, Wake Forest twice, I think that just prepares you for those situations.
What's the story behind the lip lettuce?
It's no shave number.
Okay.
It looks ridiculous, and so if you laugh, but I'm happy because people actually realize it's a mustache because my beard growing is not that good. So I'm actually happy that people actually realize that. So I appreciate that.
Is everybody doing it?
No, I think Coach is hopping in too.
Still growing.
We had a conversation because Ken says if you start shaving early, because I started shaving when I was 12, but because my dad told me the same thing, if you start shaving early, you're gonna get hella hair, but there's no hair. I've been shaving since 12 and there's no hair. So, I don't know, but I appreciate that you see it a little bit.
You have to look close, but
Yeah, it's there.
Is it fun for you guys to celebrate Thanksgiving as a team?
It is. Last year we didn't get to celebrate because we got knocked out of the tournament early, but my freshman year I told our director already that there was the best food I had in Louisville. It was the golf club, and it was the best food I ever had, turkey, mashed potatoes, which I didn't know until then that they were a thing in America, and they were so good. I still sometimes dream about them, and I just hope that we go there again on Thursday.